Alright, so in this video I wanted to go over launch control in the Lamborghini Huracan. I've already done a launch control demo video, but just want to go over launch control, and I want to do a test to see what 0 to 60 is with and without using launch control. And actually Lamborghini, as per the manual, doesn't even call it launch control, they call it thrust mode. So on page 167 they go over the procedure to do launch control or thrust mode. Basically put the car in Corsa mode, ESC off, and then standard mash on the brake and the throttle, revs up to 4,000 RPM, let it go. I already did a demo of that, and I'll put the link in the description to see that video. But what I wanted to test is, when I'm driving this Huracan, even off the line without launch control, the thing is a beast, and it comes off harder than any sports car I've had without full launch mode revving it up. So just off the brakes, you just jam on the throttle, the thing's a rocket. So I wanted to see just how much launch control really adds to the 0 to 60 time in the launch. So I'm gonna set up some camera gear and do a test. I'm gonna launch it full launch mode, thrust mode, see what it does 0 to 60. I got the V-Box in there, and then I'm gonna do another test without launch mode. Just put it in sport mode, just jam on the gas and see how it goes, and see what we do 0 to 60 with that as well. Gear I'm gonna use for this is the V-Box, which I already got set up in the car, and I got a GoPro camera here with an extended RAM mount. This allows me to hang it from the windshield and aim the camera right down at the gauges and get a really nice shot. Also, I'm going to test out a new wireless microphone setup. Usually I have a wired mic that comes out of the GoPro. You run it around to the back of the car, you got to tape it up, and it's kind of a pain to set up. So I wanted to see if I could do a wireless Bluetooth mic hooked up to the GoPro. So what I have here is the Sony wireless microphone. There's two pieces. I have this piece and this piece, and basically it just communicates over Bluetooth. So you take the GoPro mic adapter and you plug it in here, and then you plug that into the Sony Bluetooth mic or receiver, and then you take the other side, and basically I have this GoPro mount with this Olympus microphone with a windscreen on it. So you can use this Sony mic just by itself with the built-in microphone, but I've been using this with my wired setup. So basically you just plug this in the top here, and so we'll attach this to the back of the car right near the exhaust to get some nice exhaust notes and revs out of it. And then inside the car, this will be plugged in, hanging from the windshield like this, with this clipped on here to get the sound in there. So that's the setup we're going to use. I haven't tested this wireless yet. If it works, great. If not, we'll get some crappy sound. It is what it is. We'll just see how it goes. So cool. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and do the test. We're gonna do full launch control. I'm gonna try it twice. I'm gonna do with 2 times with launch control, 2 times without launch control. Got the V-Box, and I'll come back and report back on the numbers. So Lamborghini says that the Huracan does 0 to 62 or 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds. We've tested it way faster than that. So maybe they're claiming that does 0 to 60 in 3.2 without launch control or thrust mode. We're about to find out. So we're gonna head out and we'll see how it goes. All right, so car was actually spinning a little bit, and we got 0 to 60 on the V-Box. It showed 2.8 seconds with launch control twice in a row, and then without launch control it showed 3 seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the data on the actual V-Box card and see what the actual numbers are. It's possible that maybe we dropped into the 2.9 range without launch control, and maybe into the 2.7 range with launch control. So I'll be back. I'm gonna check the numbers and we'll see how it did. Alright, so I printed out the V-Box results. The V-Box rounds, so it's better to pull the data and analyze it with the computer to see what the exact numbers were. It was pretty close. So with launch control or thrust mode, we did 2 identical runs, 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2.829 seconds. And I'm going to play the video right here for that one. Okay, so as you can see, I don't know if you can tell by the RPMs, but the car was spinning a little bit. I actually have new tires on the Huracan right now, but maybe they haven't been heat cycled enough times. They're not sticking as much as I think they should. I actually have gotten 0 to 60 in the 2.7s in the Huracan when we first picked it up. But anyways, 2.82 seconds. The audio, I don't know if you heard, but it was terrible. This Bluetooth thing, well, it was a good idea to use. The fidelity just isn't there. It doesn't sound nearly as good as it does when we use it wired up. So I'm going to go back to just plugging in this Olympus mic directly into the GoPro and wiring it outside the car. Just sounds better. If anyone knows a better audio, better wireless mic that we can try out, we'll give it a try. But we'll use this for some other things. But I wouldn't recommend using it for recording exhaust sounds. For voice, it's great, but just not for something with a large dynamic range. High revs, low bassy, engine noises and such. Just doesn't work that well. So without launch control, really impressed. I mean, this car ran just off idle, sport mode, traction control on, 0 to 60 in 2.98 seconds. So broke that 3-second barrier. It's awesome. It feels really responsive coming off the line. I thought it would do well. I didn't think it would do that well. And the second run was 3.002 seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that for you right now. Okay, so there you go. You saw it just coming off idle, 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds. Super impressive. So, I mean, to race a lot of cars with the Huracan, you don't need to do full launch control. I mean, you're running 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. Just jam it and go. You don't have to worry about setting all the modes. I mean, the extra 0.2 is nice. I mean, if you're racing a Tesla or something like that, maybe you need to do it all because you need to get that extra oomph off the line. But actually, from an exotic standpoint, I'm not sure many cars off idle can run 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. And actually, it's, with launch control and without launch control, it beats what Lamborghini says it does, which is 3.2. So I don't know if they're just kind of sandbagging with the Huracan to save face for the Aventador, what they say does 0 to 60 in 2.8. I've driven both cars. I feel like the Huracan comes off the line way better with the dual clutch transmission compared to that single clutch in the Aventador. So whatever the case is, it performs really well. Really happy with just stepping off the line in 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. So we're going to do some more tests. We're going to test the McLaren 650S next week, so stay tuned for that. What do you think? Do you think the McLaren can beat it with its rear-wheel drive and less weight in either case? Do you think it can beat it with launch control or without? I think the Huracan's got the advantage in both cases, but stay tuned. In about a week we'll have that video up. Thanks for watching.